Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to the monthly update for November, where we'll tell you everything that I worked on during the last month. So, to summarize it, I was working on the Glowing Stripes project, which involved specifically two parts, the software development and 3D prints for the most part. As you might have remembered from previous videos, I already designed the connectors that basically connect individual LED strips with each other. But as it turns out, they have not been really stable, really reliable, and they easily opened up when you just put the LED strips on top of each other. So I made multiple design versions, step by step coming closer to one that actually is both easy to connect and disconnect, that is also very stable, so that the LED strip doesn't move around a lot. And that's also easy to print. So I already got pretty close to the goal of making a really good LED strip connector. So I just made some small changes to it, and now I'm waiting for the last 3D print, hopefully the last one, of the connector. So the other part that I was 3D designing and printing was the case for the Raspberry Pi, which is controlling all the LED strips. But also a case for the external battery, in case you do want to power your Glowing Stripes project independent of a fixed power source. And after some feedback of friends, I came up with an idea that basically involves both a removable stand. As you can see on 4 sides, you have these sliders that you can integrate into the main case, the green parts. But if you want, you can also just remove them. Let's say you maybe want to fix the Glowing Stripes project to the wall. Speaking of, as you might be able to see, there are these crosses integrated into the case. These are there so you can actually fix them with some screws onto your wall, both vertically and horizontally, which is another great way of integrating the Glowing Stripes project into your apartment, for example. For testing, I already 3D printed one part of that case. And for the most part, it worked pretty well. For testing purpose, I added all the wires and buttons into the case, and turns out, yeah, they actually fit pretty well. And then the last moment of truth, when I wanted to connect the LED strips with the connector to the case, turns out it kind of fits. There's actually maybe 0.2 millimeters of space in between the connector and the case, which is enough, however, to actually make it really unstable and wobble quite a bit. So that's something where I also had to make some small changes again, and where I now wait for the updated 3D printed version and hope that this is going to be the last one. In the meantime, while the parts got 3D printed, I took the time to finish more of the electronic parts. So basically creating more Glowing Stripes project from just a pure electronics perspective, which basically just means soldering some wires to the Raspberry Pi Zero and an LED and a power button. The other big part that I worked on was the front end, so the software basically of the Glowing Stripes project. It was already working that you can connect to the LED strips and change the mode. It already was possible to change the Wi-Fi the LED strip is connected to or not connected to. And now I also started creating the LED animations customizer. So as you can see, the idea is that you're able to customize, for example, the duration, the pauses in the animation, the colors that are used, the direction in which the animation should go through. So making it simple to customize your own animations, including the option that you can have tap 2 beats per minute. So you can tap on your mouse or the keyboard to basically show the software in what beat you want the animation to glow. Or alternatively, you're also going to be able in the future to use the integrated microphone for that purpose. But that's something I will work on in a later stage. So yeah, it's still a work in progress, but this is how it looks like. So you basically press the customize button, and from there you have all the options for the LED animation. For example, for beads, you can customize if there's supposed to be manual colors, a manual color selection or random colors. You can add and remove colors, and you can do the tap to bead per minute, which again is currently in progress. So I'm gonna finish it in the next few days. So yeah, speaking of December, what I'm gonna work on this month. So the first thing I work on is finishing the software, which means finishing the LED animation customizer, which should be done in the next few days. The other part of the software that I still want to work on before making the full video about the Glowing Stripes project is going to be the ability that you can create mixes of different LED animations. So you can save for later different setups, like having one specific LED strip glowing with rainbows and another one having beads and so on. And I'm also waiting for the 3D prints to finish, and if it turns out that those are now actually fitting perfectly together, then I will start with the silicone mold. So the plan is that I make a silicone mold of the 3D prints, and in the silicone mold I then put a proxy so that I can actually make copies of those cases and connectors way faster than if I would 3D print everything. And also it's just a lot more scalable, theoretically. And so yeah, I mean, there's going to be some more, smaller tweaks I have to do when it comes to the software, making sure that multiple LED strips can work together seamlessly. And yeah, once that is done, I actually gonna finally make the video about the Glowing Stripes project, which I'm really looking forward to. So basically in that video, I'm gonna show you how you can build the Glowing Stripes project yourself, tell you the story about why I started spending multiple months on this project now. And I'm also planning to make and sell DIY kits for the Glowing Stripes project to make it even easier to build it at home with just a minimum set of tools required. Stay tuned for more information on that in the coming weeks, and yeah, it's gonna be an exciting month. Finally finishing the project. So have a happy December and stay healthy and stay tuned. Bye.